Alright everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot and I am here with Rhymestyle.
What up?
And today we're kind of making a follow-up video to a video that we made a few days ago talking about feedback in the community and how we didn't want an overwhelming amount of negative feedback to ruin the possibility of a Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 or any kind of game that would be based off of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. We were talking about how we had seen feedback, really negative feedback, ruin good games of DBZ's past, and we didn't want that to fall victim to this. Now, the reason we feel the need to make a follow-up video to this today is because a lot of people either didn't watch our whole video or we didn't do a good enough job conveying the message we were trying to get across, but a lot of people got the wrong idea from the video we were making.
Yeah, so from the looks of it, a lot of people either just read the title of the video or just watched 2 seconds of the video or something. I have no idea what happened, but a lot of people tend to have seem to have looked at the video and just assumed that we said not to leave negative comments about this game. That's absolutely not what we said at all. And if you guys missed that video, we will link it in our descriptions below so you can check it out yourself. But essentially what we said is leave actual feedback. As Thundershot and I, we've been doing Xenoverse content for the past couple months now.
Since it came out.
We see, like, since not even since the game came out, but since the beta came out back in like August, September, so last year. And we see a lot of comments. I mean, the first thing I want to address is some people made a couple response videos to us and said that there's a lot of comments or a lot of feedback being put out there that's good feedback. That's not what we're talking about. That is awesome feedback. The feedback that you see where people suggest stuff like, hey, in the next sequel or maybe in this game, could you please fix X, Y, and Z? That is good feedback. Like, that's a good feedback that Banana Namco will take the dimps and the dimps will fix it or work on a solution in the future for the sequel. Now, what we are referring to is comments that straight up say, Dragon Ball Xenoverse sucks, it's Battle Z 2.0, give us Budokai 5, 4, whatever instead. We don't want another Xenoverse. That's negative feedback that we're addressing. We weren't talking about the feedback that has actual criticism, but feedback that's not really feedback. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So basically, like, the point of our video, to kind of clear that up, good feedback is always accepted. I really like this. These are the things I like. Negative feedback is totally fine. Constructive criticism, if you can put it in that way, is even better. If you can tell them, hey, I didn't really care for this, I would rather this have happened, or hey, this feature didn't really work in the game. I still like Xenoverse as a whole, but next time I would hope that they would correct this. But just a blind round of negative feedback. Why wasn't this Raging Blast 3? Why won't they go back to the Budokai Tenkaichi series? This game sucked. Custom characters are just broken as shit and they'll never be fixed. All these things like that are super, super negative. And just to kind of reiterate our points on that one, Budokai, Rhymestyle went over this in the last video, so I'm going to quickly touch up on it. The Budokai Tenkaichi series, 1, was not that great of a game. 2, they heard all the constructive criticism, all the good negative feedback, but they still wanted to stick with the series. They came up with 2. 2 was fantastic. Then they went on to make 3, biggest roster, considered one of the best Dragon Ball Z games of all time. Then they heard all this feedback on 3, and from the people that they surveyed, it was more negative than keep this series going but change this. It was more, this game is too hard to pick up, I don't like this game. So Ultimate Tenkaichi, which was the next in the Tenkaichi lineup, the next following game in the Tenkaichi lineup, was severely dumbed down, and they basically scrapped Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and everything it had done and worked for, and they went with a whole new platform that didn't work. Now, that game sucked, so negative feedback there worked. We got a new game, Battle of Z. That game sucked. Negative feedback there worked. We got a new game, Xenoverse. Xenoverse, in my humble opinion, does not suck for the majority of the most part. So, if you're going to give negative feedback, at least, I mean, you know, stick with it. Like I was saying earlier, I didn't like this, but I still like Xenoverse. This could be fixed. We can move on. It was just the barrage of blind negative, just straight negative comments. This game sucks. I never want anything like this again. That we were trying to push on to developers and things like that, people who watch this stuff, that no, we want a Xenoverse 2. Ignore what the very loud minority is saying.
And what I actually love is the last video me and Thundershot put out. If you look at that, if you look at the videos in the description, you will see a lot of amazing feedback. A lot of feedback that's like, hey, do X, Y, and Z better, do this better, do that better. That's the feedback that we're talking about. That's what we want. At no point in that video did we say, hey, don't be negative or don't leave feedback about the game at all. Let Banana Namco do what they want to do. Actually, Thundershot, there's a comment that you wanted to address.
Yeah,
I pointed out.
Yeah, there's a comment. All right, so I was originally just going to put this whole dude's life and family on blast, but Rhymestyle told me not to say his name. So since I'm not going to say his name, he's going to be hereby referred to as this fucking moron. All right, here we go. So this fucking moron left a comment, and it says, "This is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard." Quotation marks. No, guys, this game is perfect with absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you say there are problems, they will be fixed. God forbid that. End quotation marks, implying that Rhymestyle and I said, don't say negative feedback at all, the game developers will hate that. No, constructive criticism, like I was just saying. Anyways, he continues to go on to say, the developers of Witcher 3 intentionally ask critics and fans to point out their flaws for them to fix. And here we are, and we have a guy saying that we shouldn't be entitled to our right to criticism, or this game will be ruined. I think, I've been thinking for a while to unsubscribe to you, but this is the nail in the common. I'm just reading it how it's written. If this is how you guys think games are improved, I hope your fans listen to you. I hope they don't fix any problems, and fuck XV2, because that's obviously the problem here. So then he gets a response where someone on it with an actual head on their shoulder says, I think you missed the point of this video. Somebody else replies and says, did you even watch the video? They were talking about giving constructive criticism. Again, somebody who knew what they were talking about. And then this guy responds again and says, I didn't watch the video out of pure rage. That's the kind of, and a majority of you guys are really nice. Not even nice. The majority of you guys are really on point. You know what's good. You know what's bad. If you know what's bad, it's constructive. It's we're working towards a goal. We're not just blindly shitting on something. And it's the people. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Basically, it's comments like that where people are just kind of thrown out there without really having anything behind it. Like, again, if you look at the comments, the majority comments left in that previous video has amazing feedback, and that's all going to get sent to Banamanako. They're gonna read everything, but they're gonna probably go through all those comments and start taking notes so they know what to do for Xenoverse 2. And in fact, actually, Bananako has talked to a lot of us DBZ tubers for direct feedback as well and what to do for the next game, and we sent them a huge list. Like the thing is we are the key to making Xenoverse 2 a success, and with the feedback that we have, we're going to help them shape an even better sequel when it comes out. And again, a good example is Tenkaichi 1 versus Tenkaichi 2 and 3. Tenkaichi 1 was an awful game, but Tenkaichi 2 and 3 had so much improvement that it became one of our favorite games by far. And as Thundershot said in the video earlier, when Tenkaichi 4 or Ultimate Tenkaichi came out, a lot got dumbed down and removed just because that's the comments and feedback that they received for that game. So that's what we don't want to happen. We want to make sure that Xenoverse 2 happens the right way, and basically taking the current skeleton that was built for Xenoverse 1 and just improve on everything, so we get the game that we truly want as a Dragon Ball Z community. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I do want to point out one more thing, and I think I speak for both Rhymestyle and myself here. We have been very, very positive about this game as of late, because we just got, for the most part, we got tired of the bitching when there were real solutions. Things like ranked. People are like, oh, this and this and this and this is broken on ranked. I'm not going to play ranked anymore. F this game sucks. Things like that. And we've been coming out lately, and we've been pointing out, well, no, there are ways to beat every ranked. You've been seeing us be really positive about this game lately. And it's not that we don't think that this game has problems. Most of the time, in fact, I myself will point out problems when I see them in this game. It's not that the game doesn't have problems, but this game is a lot better than some of the comments and blind feedback and hate and things like that are giving them. I know a lot of people, who have straight Xenoverse channels where that's all it is, and then they'll see someone like Virgo made a video where he said something about how, well, like, this could be better, something about races. Him and I did a video about races, and then someone's like, oh, races are screwed up in Xenoverse 2? Good, fuck that game. And just things like that. I don't know, just things like that. We know there are problems with this game, right? And we tend to address those when we see them. However, this game is a lot better than people have been putting it on blast for, and that's why I would like to see this game improved for Xenoverse 2.
And not a single point ever did any of us DBZ YouTubers say the game is perfect. Not one time. I mean, someone said it's our favorite game. I will tell you right now, Xenoverse is still my favorite Dragon Ball Z game of all of them, but it is far from perfect, and there's still a lot of improvements that can happen with it. And like I said, if we all get together as a community, we can make sure that happens with Xenoverse 2, because we have the means to reach the developers, and if the feedback is there, we can make sure that happens. So, yeah.
All right. You think we've made our point for the day?
I think we made our point. I hope people will watch this video. If you got this far, please look through the comments and look for comments of other people who didn't watch the video, because it'll be really obvious, and let them know what we actually talked about, because it's actually crazy how many comments I saw of people saying, oh, don't leave negative feedback. That's literally not what we said in the video. Like, it's just people like the person that Thundershot was talking about literally didn't watch the video. They just read the title and just assumed we talked about something completely different, and that's absolutely not what happened at all.
Negative feedback hurting the community. Oh my god, fuck this guy. They don't want Xenoverse 2 to be better. No, our point was that we want a Xenoverse 2. We don't want so much shit that Xenoverse 2 doesn't happen, but your dumbass didn't make it 3 seconds into the video to find out, and it's just, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so, I don't know. So the last thing we're going to ask is, if you have any other feedback that you want to get across, just drop it in this video in the comment section below, and we'll keep building a giant list, and we're going to make sure that Xenoverse 2 happens the right way, and it doesn't take a wrong path and end up with as an ultimate Xenoverse type of game. So, yeah. Alright, so my name is Rhymestyle, and today I've been here with Thundershot.
Yep.
Yep. And we're looking forward to seeing all you guys' feedback and all that good stuff. So we'll see you guys in the comment section below.
Peace.